Okay, so we're going to line up for a Winton grip day this weekend. Mate of mine, Tony B, shout out Tony for the idea, came up with an idea of what I do that's different on the car between each event. So whether it's grip, whether it's drifting, whatever it is, what do I change on the car to get it ready, and how, and what do we actually do to get on the road to go to Winton? So what do we take? What do we sort of do? So what we'll do is we'll go through it today. I'll just show you a quick little update, and we're going to go get a few little things done outside of the shed today. Come along for the ride. Okay, so first things first, as you can see, we've got the drift tyres on the front and skidders on the back. Now, those tyres came off that car, so we need to replace them. On my trusty tyre rack, I've got a couple of pairs of newies to go on those wheels, and they're the original front ones that we were using. Down here, these are the slicks that go on the car. And this time we'll just go around the shed quickly. I've actually marked things because I've replaced the slicks now, so I'm trying to keep them on corner to corner. So obviously rear right, front right, rear left. So they are going to go onto the car now, so let's get into it. Okay, so next we get in the car, get it off the trailer. Hopefully there's fuel. There might not be fuel. There we go. Hasn't been run for a bit. And a drift car. I run some pretty serious camber, you can obviously tell. It's like these are brand new on this side here, cooked on the other one. I didn't have time last time to get an alignment to flatten that out. Normally what I do is I run a circuit camber and then a drift camber just to avoid this issue. But with Winton, it was a bit of a rush to get there last time, so we just ran out of time for an alignment. But that's to show you why it's important to have your camber set up correctly. Okay, so next, what do we do? So there's been plenty of YouTubers around that have made their fortunes and everything off other maintenance videos and things like that, and I'm not going to go into that, but we do an oil change. So let's just say with the power of the internet, it's done. Okay, so next what we've got up is we've got to get our gear ready. So recently Maddie and Trav have both convinced me that you're going silly fast, it's time to really button down and get some good safety gear. So I've now got a Hans device, which is this one here. So for those of you that are not familiar with it, basically slips over your shoulders like this. You put your helmet on and you've got the two tie points here and here that click onto your helmet. You've then got the straps that go over this shoulder brace here, and in the event of a forward accident, not going anywhere. So that's important. Obviously we get our helmet, full length clothing. My next one I'm going to be purchasing is a complete race suit. So fireproof suit's obviously the next one to go with. Let's move on to the next items. Okay, so next we've got my travel toolbox. That's just a very light kit which is easy to pack and throw in the back of the ute. We got jerry can, and the back of the ute, back of the Sylvia's filled up as well. that's the helmet, and that one there is a torque wrench. Excuse me. So the torque wrench is important because we want to make sure that the wheels are torqued down correctly, and I do not go out onto track without doing that. I've had a couple of hairy moments in the past, and I try and avoid that. Also here, jiggle a hose just to make life that little bit easier, and that's pretty much it from the additional items. Also in here, I've already packed them, 2 jack stands and jack in the back. So we want to make sure that obviously if something does go wrong, we can get under the car and fix it. Sneaky shot whilst we're here. That's the bonnet that's been repaired after it flew up when the scrutineer didn't put my pins back in. Needs paint. Final thing that we do is we pump up the tyres and get the trailer ready. So next what we've got to do is plug in the charger for the onboard compressor, which is easy. I'm not going to show you that. And then we're pretty much ready to rock and roll. So next we'll get on to wheel alignment stuff. So what else do we do to get the car ready between events? So to be honest, this car, I've got it set so it's a universal car. I don't want this to be classed as a drift car. I don't want this to be classed as a circuit car. I actually just want to go and do both events. So I now actually have it set so it's literally turnkey, go and do motorsport. I'm really happy with how it's performing at the moment. It's really reliable. A few little niggling things, but that's obviously maintenance, a few other items. When we go drifting, take a set of, for keen eyes, you probably saw it down the back there, take a pair of tie rods because I've seemed to found that with additional lock, the tie rods, they can't take that abuse. I go through a tie rod probably once every 3 events when drifting. Circuit racing, don't need them. It's quite set up well for that otherwise. Other than that, we've really just got to give it a wash, give it a clean. I know that sounds a bit silly, but I do that anyway. Probably the next thing we'll be doing is load it on the trailer, get it down to Craig's for a quick wheel alignment because it's just slightly off center on the wheel, and I've got OCD and that mucks around with that, so we just want to fix that up. And after that, I think we're pretty much ready to go. So let's go down to Craig's. We'll load it up on the trailer, just back there, ready to go on the ute, and we'll dial this in, get it all nice and sharp, and get down to the track. See you soon. Alright, we're loaded, we've got the slicks done, pretty much ready to rock and roll now. So we'll load up the car and go and head back to home. Just getting some wheels done for the other 14 at the moment, so we're nearly done. Okay, so as you can see, back in the shed after the wheel alignment down at trackside in Kilsyth. The guys down there really do well. Craig's a genuine good guy, one of the old school types that are left in the motorsport world. So big shout out to Craig for such an awesome wheel alignments that he always does for all of my cars. So basically from this point, we're ready to go next weekend. So what we'll do is we'll load all the bits and bobs you've seen up in this video into the car, and we'll catch up with Maddie, Tara and all the gang down at Winton for a Track for Days event. So I think the 131.1 is the time down there off the top of my head. On a Nat Soft, I have done a 30.3, so I know that the car can do it. Just got to work on the driver mod now. Yeah, okay, so we'll see you at the track. Thanks for watching, and thanks for subscribing.